Hey soul family, welcome back to the channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and in today's reading we're doing a message from your spirit guides specifically in regards to what is in front of you that you are not seeing. Hey guys, just reminding you, your oral offer will expire on the 8th of this month. So if you were considering checking it out and making use of this offer, then make sure you hurry so that you don't miss out on it. You have a 7-day free trial of the app as well as a 25% off of the membership. I hope you enjoy it and that it brings you the mental peace and enjoyment it has given me. And to do this reading, we will be picking 3 piles together. Okay, I see 1, 2, and 3. Let's find out what they are. For pile number 1, you have healing. For pile number 2, you have dance. And for pile number 3, you have drain. If you like to pick with crystals, let me add these right now. There we go. So for pile number 1, you have the green grass Jasper. For pile number 2, you have the white Howlite. And for pile number 3, you have the Carnelian. All right, so take a look at which one of these 3 piles or 3 crystals you're the most drawn to, and these will probably be the piles for you here today. Or the pile for you here today. As I always say, if you feel drawn to more than 1 pile or maybe even all the piles, please feel free to check them out. Or if your intuition is drawing you to just 1 pile, then in that case as well, listen to it. Whatever it is that you are drawn to, these will be your piles. Once you're ready, I'll give you all the time that you need. Please head down to the description box where you'll find your timestamps for each reading. Click on your times and I'll see you in your readings. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. You were drawn to the beautiful green grass Jasper as well as the healing card. Can't wait to get into your reading to see how they fit into it and what is your spirit guide's message in regards to what is in front of you that you are not seeing. So to do this reading, we'll be picking out 1 card from each deck. I don't know how many we're going to be picking. From the tea leaves, but I do feel like the last one here is standing out alone, and this one as well is standing out. Right. So also the timing card, wonderful, is standing out. Oh, you got 4. Okay. Right. So let's check out your oracle cards first. Once we have all of the cards on the table, including your tarot cards, we'll be picking 1 rune cube, throwing it on and seeing where it lands on which card, and together we'll get an even deeper understanding of what your spirit guides want to show us today in terms of what you're not seeing. All right, so you have a long way home. Interesting. We can already see that you are seeing something, and there is a part of it that you're not seeing. Perhaps with the anchor, it's some deep thought that is anchored in your mind that is not allowing you to see something that's right in front of your eyes. Perhaps you see the light here, you can absolutely see a huge part of it. But then there is definitely another part that is anchored deep in your mind that's not allowing you to see something that's right in front of your eyes. So perhaps it's a change in perspective that will help you see more. But let's wait and see. So you have rune stones. What are the odds? I really feel like your rune today will have a huge significance in what they want to deliver to you. So you have ancient wisdom, fate, and divinity. Okay, let's pick up your tea leaves. How about we pick up the month? Interesting. You have October, okay. Healing in October. How cool is that? Okay, let's check out the rest of your tea leaves. So you have fair man, dealings or relationship with a man with blonde, gray, or white hair. You have mule. Someone is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. Okay, could it be like a stubborn thought? And you have hand, in need of help, assistance, and guidance. Okay, very interesting. Now, let's pick up your tarot cards. This deck has both the upright and reversed drawn into each side of the deck, and I believe it's going to give us a deeper perspective into what we're not seeing. Okay. So, for pile number 1, please, what is in front of them that they're not seeing? Thank you. Whoa. Okay, if we need more, we'll pull more. So you have the 10 of Swords upright. So you're really ending this cycle soon, whatever it is that we are going to discuss today. Obviously, it's ending like maybe even in October, maybe next month. So you have the 10 of Pentacles upright. Wow, very nice. Okay. The Queen of Pentacles upright. You have the 6 of Wands reversed. It does show an aspect of stubbornness a little bit. You have the 6 of Cups upright. Wonderful. You have the World in reverse. So it's not complete yet until something happens. Until you see something. You have the 3 of Pentacles upright. Wonderful. And finally, you have the Judgment card upright. Okay, so what is in front of your eyes that you are not seeing, my dear pile number 1? Well, let's see. I think it's time for the rune. So you have the Othala within the 6 of Cups. Sorry, not the Othala. My apologies. The Ingwas in the 6 of Cups. I think we should start here, actually. That's like a guiding card. And it's interesting that you have the hand right next to the Ingwas as well. Because the Ingwas, to a great extent, and you see the hand here as well in the fishing rod, is the rune of creation. There's so much to it. We'll talk about, especially that we have fertility here. We'll talk about it in a second, but the first thing I'm seeing is that your spirit guides are inviting or talking about something you're either creating or fixing or trying to make work. I see that perhaps you've already started something. You're already working towards something, or you may be in such like a troubled situation with the Ten of Swords where you feel absolutely helpless about something. And I see that your spirit guides are telling you that what you're not seeing is that the whole issue is you want it to happen quickly. Like what you're not seeing about this situation, and the stubborn part is the stubborn part of wanting something to happen instantaneously. And this is obviously something very important to you because you have the Queen of Pentacles. This is like your whole world, or the world that you want to create, to live in. That happiness with the Ten of Pentacles. This is like one of your major dreams. Sometimes the Ten of Pentacles could be like achieving your vision, living in the vision you've once had. And that's very close to the meaning of the Queen of Pentacles. So what are the odds that they line up together? So we can clearly see that your spirit guides are talking about something that you want to achieve. Perhaps there are so many troubles going on in a situation at the moment and you feel so stuck. With the anchor here especially. So stuck, it's not moving. It's like it is being stubborn. But I feel like your spirit guides are showing you, do you see the reflection here? It's reflecting some internal stubborn within you that you may not be seeing at the moment. And we'll explore together what they're trying to say here. Here with the Six of Wands, you'll either win or succeed at what you want in a way that is exactly what you wanted to receive in terms of the results, or you could like do it quickly and think that you've gotten somewhere but realize really that it didn't happen. So let's take it bit by bit and allow me to show you why am I saying all these things. The Ingwas rune is related to like one of the gods in Norse mythology who I believe, as I read, came from other civilizations. Is Ing. Sometimes he's called Frey as well, Ing or Frey. And he's the god of fertility. How interesting is that? And you have a child here as well. And with the god of fertility, things need to be taken slowly. It is the rune of, because of that, it is the rune of self-development. It's the rune of growth. It's the rune, of course, of fertility and new growth, which requires sacrifice. It's exactly where it landed with the Six of Cups. When you have a child, you know that this is like going to be a long task. This is not something, you can't raise a child in a week and say, got it done, I'm a brilliant person and I did it in a week. You don't know right away. Just like the harvest or like a child, anything that has to do with fertility, this is a long-term project and you get beautiful results with each chapter of it. So it's like, it's very rewarding because the compounded effort that you do gives something so complex and so amazing that one day you're so proud of, that is comparable to nothing you have achieved. I mean, of course, you're proud of everything you've achieved. Please don't get me wrong, but raising a child is something, once you see that human being successful and a good person and has an amazing bond with you, it's really incomparable to anything else. It's priceless. So what I'm seeing here is that your spirit guides are saying, perhaps you could be a bit stubborn, wanting something to go quickly, when it is in fact by nature something that is nurtured and something that takes time to build a strong foundation, because otherwise it could break very easily. So I see the idea of enjoying the process rather than rushing it. And that's absolutely true, because here in the card that you were the most drawn to, we see healing here. It talks about Slavic priests who were folk healers. And they believed that healing didn't just come from the physical body. It came by healing the physical, the emotional, and the spiritual body. So they wouldn't just use herbs to heal. They would use herbs and whispered prayers by murmuring witches, or hearing loud recitations of spells, or praying to the deities of healing, and listening to like loud beating drums that you resonate to. They believe like these sounds would shift one's internal organs back to their proper alignment. So it's like a process of many things happening together, and for this reason it can't be rushed. Just like a baby, just like the harvest, it requires you having information about planting, bringing water every day, understanding that you need to change soil, and so on and so forth. Even with children, sometimes you're so focused on the language, sometimes you're very focused on their behavior. And so what I'm trying to say, what you're trying to get to is a little bit more complex than what you may be initially seeing. And so it won't happen in 1 month. It could, but it may break very easily and fall apart. It would give a sense of false winning when it's really not it. So I see your spirit guides are kind of really guiding us here with the rune to enjoy the process. Let it take its time. It is a slow process, but one that is very rewarding, and one that is going to cause a lot of growth. And for this reason, you are guided to not go through it with pain, but to enjoy the process. Just like fishing. If you're rushing and you're like, where's my fish? Where's my fish? You're gonna hate it. Fishing requires, how do fishers get patience? They take that time to enjoy the nature, to enjoy a peaceful moment or time to themselves and think and reflect. And they have other ways of enjoying it so much, so that when the fish hooks, they're like, oh, I got my fish too. So there is an invitation of healing a stubborn thought. And that stubborn thought is wanting it to end now, wanting it to finish now. And again, you can see that may birth something that you may not like. And your guidance is to birth it in a way that you want it, in a way that you would enjoy. So accept the incompleteness of it. Accept the imperfections of it. Accept that it sometimes might go great and sometimes it may not. That is what is required to get what you want. And so accepting that and knowing that it's a whole process of things that you're seeing and that you're not seeing, and to go along with the rhythm of life and the rhythm of fixing something like that or achieving something like that through enjoyment will allow you to get everything that you want. And that is what you're not seeing in the situation. So October here fooled us in the beginning. We think, oh great, so some healing is happening in October. You might get an amazing milestone, by the way, in October. That's for sure. But it is a process. And you can see here, parents who want to rush, don't want to put in the work, they cause that beautiful gift to suffer, right? And you don't want it to go down that way. It is a false sense of achievement. You know how some parents, they don't want to put in the effort, but they still want to be very proud of their children in front of people. And so the child is harmed and they get a false sense of pride. But knowing that this is something long-term, enjoying the process, it's only the parents who enjoy that process that are able to get both things, enjoying the journey as well as making an amazing and fantastic job in raising an amazing human being that is a gift to the world, themselves, and a gift to their parents as well. And so just like the drums, the healing in this situation, the patience comes through enjoying it. And you know, enjoying this process is gonna cause a lot of healing to you, to your situation. It is requiring you to dance to the rhythm, because life is, success, life is ebbs and flows. Sometimes it goes up and sometimes it goes down. Accept it, enjoy it, learn from it, take the feedback and grow. And step by step, you'll be watching that very dream happen right in front of your eyes. Just be patient with it. If you are asking, how can I enjoy it? Which would absolutely make sense. It's probably what you're asking, I think. So let's get a 3-card guidance on how you are guided to enjoy this, what you're not seeing about how to enjoy this. So how can pile number 1 enjoy this, please? I think that's the card I saw when I flipped the deck. Okay, so that's the 10 of Wands in reverse. And you have the Death card upright. Making things that don't make a change and being stuck in the middle, not making that transformation. Okay, so it's upright. And then you have the Page of Cups reversed. So these two are reversed. I'm going to put them down there so you know they are reversed. And that's the one that's upright. Patience. Right, so how can you enjoy it? Well, it talks about emotions here with the Page of Cups. It's the same cup. One person is admiring it and thus enjoying it, and another person doesn't have that mindset and is looking at all the negatives. This person is holding their flower. This person is already wearing their flower. I'll tell you, the key here lies actually in the first card. When you do things slowly, you tend to do them more properly and they tend to work better. When you rush, you find yourself falling and having to restart. So it goes back to that feeling, stubborn, unconscious feeling of wanting it right away. Because there, that's better, sorry. So you will notice in everything that you want to do, the secret to doing anything properly, you will notice that it is not rushing. Once you find yourself not being able to do anything, frustrated, notice your rhythm. Are you rushing? Once you calm it down, you'll find that you're naturally attuning to the rhythm of that energy. It goes in regards to everything, your walk, your talk, your tasks, the things you're learning, a language, anything. And once you calm down, you'll be able to naturally get in tune with the energy of whatever it is that you're learning or healing or doing. And once you get into that rhythmic energy, you'll find yourself naturally enjoying whatever it is that you're doing. It is that attachment to the result that takes us off of the energy of that rhythm, pushes us to rush, and we tend to lose that enjoyment that allows us to learn many things, grow, and become healthier, or to create something healthy. And it keeps us in the middle, stuck, not getting what we want and not getting free time either. So we stand there in the middle, miserable, not moving forward. So always, you know, remind yourself to go back to the rhythm, calming down, or, you know, stopping that rushing and taking it slower, not like painfully slow, just a bit slower. And then you connect to the tune and the rhythm of what it is that you're doing. This way, you will enjoy the process and get everything that you want. And my dear pile number one, this is exactly what I see from your spirit guides in regards to what is in front of you that you are not seeing. And I truly hope you've enjoyed this reading. My dear pile number one, I wish you the best of luck on what it is that you're creating or healing. Things are gonna go fantabulous for you. Changing that subconscious idea of getting it now and learning that it is a process will allow you to enjoy the process. Get into the tune and you're gonna get it done. Very quickly, by the way. Not like next month, maybe, who knows? But it is gonna move quicker for you if you get into the rhythm. So that was your reading. Truly hope you've enjoyed it. And please don't forget to subscribe. I do post readings nearly every single day. And also, please don't forget to check out my productivity handbook. It can totally help shift your mindset completely in this situation. It's small, straight to the point. You're not going to procrastinate or waste time reading it. But you will find that it has all the key advice and secrets to helping you become a productive person, a disciplined person right away as soon as you finish this ebook. You'll find that it has so many aha moments that will change your mind forever about how you approach productivity or being disciplined. And as well, it does teach you as well, how to enjoy that journey, which is the most important point, and it was very potent in your reading as well. So if you're interested in checking it out, you'll find a link to it down in the description box. It could give you an amazing jump start to creating the life that you want, and not just a jump start, to always be in the process of achieving what you want while enjoying it. And if you like listening to your audiobooks, there's also an audiobook. And you'll find the link to this ebook down in the description box. And my dear pile number one, thank you so much for tuning in. Wishing you the best from my heart. And I'll catch you in the next reading. By the way, pile number two, if you're still there, they have dance. So there's drums, there's dance. They could be very much related. If you're drawn to pile number two, I highly recommend it. And my dear pile number one, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number two. Welcome to your reading. You were drawn to the white Howlite crystal, as well. I see these two, so I'm going to take these two, as well as the dance card. And today we're taking a look at a message from your spirit guides in regards to something that is in front of you that you are not seeing. So to do this reading, we'll be using these two oracle decks. We'll be taking a couple of tea leaves. I feel like this is what we're meant to take for your reading. These are 3. And then once we have all the cards on the table, including the tarot cards, of course, we'll be casting a rune and see where it lands and on which card to get a more specific reading about what your spirit guides want you to see. Okay, so you have the elixir of life. Quite interesting. You have flower spirit. Okay. And they're all in reds. I kind of get the feeling of some grounding with the root chakra color. Another red. So you have perfume, vanity, deception, and performativity. Interesting. Okay. And you do have the elixir of life, but it reminds me of when we extract scent from flowers. Okay. How about we put one of these cards right there? So you have ant, work, achievement, success. And you know, ants, they walk in rhythm as well. So that's interesting. It's a group work. You have unicorn. Use your intuition to make beneficial changes. You look to me like you're someone who truly stands out here. With the perfume as well, it's like, yeah, you definitely, people sense in a group right away that you're a person who stands out. It's like very clear, you see it right away. Almost like the flower of a group or something. Let's continue and see what this is about. And finally, you have crib, birth or conception of a child or enterprise. Only special things are like creating a baby are done when in conjunction with others. You can't do it alone. Interesting. Really interesting. Okay. So group here is very potent in your reading for sure. Let's see what this is all about. What is in front of you that you're not seeing? Okay, we'll keep it to the side in case we need any more cards. Right, so this is a deck that has both the upright and the reversals drawn into each half of the card. Right, so you have the Two of Pentacles upright. You have the Hanged Man upright. Interesting. This looks like a confident hanged man. Knows what they're doing. This looks like someone who is very stuck. Okay. Right. You have the Queen of Wands. Wow. Told you. You're definitely someone who stands out here in a group. Okay. You have the Hermit. And it's interesting you get the Hermit when all we've been seeing is groups so far. It's upright, so that's really cool. It's not in reverse, because then I would have gotten another idea. Okay. You have the Magician upright. Lovely. So far, all your cards were upright. Then you have the Tower card in reverse. And you have the Eight of Cups upright. Oh, coming back. Wrong decision. Okay. So what's going on? I think we could have two more cards here. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. And the Knight of Cups upright. And I'm noticing these two came together. Okay, so what are you not seeing that your spirit guides want to show you that is right in front of you? Flower Spirit. No, I think we need to do that again. Right, so you have the Wunyu rune in the Elixir of Life. It's really cool because the Wunyu rune is a rune about having all that you need, and it's falling in the Elixir of Life. So this is a healthy you being alone. Okay. I feel like your spirit guides are telling you you are a person who is talented, you are quite balanced, a balanced person in life with the Queen of Wands. You have a strong character, you love who you are an attraction, instant attraction to groups of people. You know, you probably enter a room, stand out, everyone's looking at you. There's no question about that. And I feel like you've got all you need to an extent where you feel like, you know, you don't mind being alone. And it's healthy because to a great extent, you're not being alone because of necessarily being ostracized, whether you are or not, but you are okay being alone. This is healthy being alone. It's like you perhaps cutting out toxic people. And with the Hanged Man being upright again, it's like you're pausing and waiting for the right people, the right community. So all that is absolutely healthy. You're keeping your balance very well, but with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, this is you also stopping a fortune from happening, because even if you've got all you need and you're such an amazing person and you really don't need others, and it's a wonderful thing not to need, but your spirit guides are showing you, see, this person has their back to the group. I feel like what your spirit guides are showing you that is right in front of you that you're not seeing is that at the end of the day, you do need others to create things that you can't create on your own. And there are some energies that could make you feel very fortunate that are not happening, perhaps because you are keeping to yourself. 8 of Cups and the Tower in reverse, I feel like time has passed on some difficult situations. Maybe you've definitely walked away from toxic people. Maybe you've had a horrible experience with people. Maybe it's like, maybe you formed an unhealthy idea that you're not seeing that people are bad or groups are annoying or something like that. You've thrown in, see, in this tower, this person has thrown out the crown. It's like, I'm not gonna, even though I'm unique in a group setting, I'm not playing this game anymore. You left this whole setting of people. And what your spirit guides are showing you here is that although you are a great manifester, there are some things in life that cannot happen without people, and also it is an imbalance to fully isolate yourself in this way. Just like ants, communities, they give something. They're there for a reason. Collaboration is there for a reason, and life isn't meant to be lived alone. It's not meant to be lived alone, for sure. And so perhaps there is an old experience that made you adamant about being on your own. And you're doing great, which is a beautiful thing, that you're doing great on your own. That, in fact, that is the basis of what one needs to be able to interact in a healthy way. I feel like you may feel a risk of losing your individuality when interacting with people. Like, there are certain things you're holding on to, you don't want to lose your uniqueness, your individuality to fit in. I say that because here we can see a Slavic dance where I think it's called the kolo, where they hold each other's arms and it has a rhythm, right? And what is it called? Like, they hop, yeah. They take steps to hop, literally, and they all do it in like a unified rhythm. So they're all taking the same steps, and this is what's causing the circle to go round and round and round as they enjoy this dance together. But here's the thing. This simple dance allows everyone, the professionals and the newbies and everyone, to go round together and be able to dance together. So the way this works is, in between the beats, the professional dancers would, make their own professional or perform their own professional steps, footwork, like intricate footwork, but still keeping to the beat. So I feel like your spirit guides are saying, don't sacrifice your individualism, of course, but also don't let your ego or pride or individuality prevent you from working in groups, for sure. It's like your spirit guides are telling you, you can keep your individuality while getting into harmony with the flow of a group. like accepting that groups have a certain culture, have a certain energy and rhythm, and you can get into that rhythm without losing your uniqueness and individuality. And of course, it's not about accepting toxicity. This is about finding the right group that matches your rhythm first, and then getting into the rhythm, getting into, the culture and working together. Because real change and real amazing things can happen when people do work together. You'll find yourself that you're not alone. You'll find people like you, kindred spirits, and you can have a shared dream together and experience things with the elixir of life and the flower spirit that even within yourself you may not be able to experience on your own. Working in a group is like putting aside all the superficial differences while keeping your individuality in order to find not just a common ground, but to experience something much larger than yourself. And I see your spirit guides are telling you here, perhaps maybe something you're either seeing or not, but everyone can see right away your uniqueness. It could be the very thing, by the way, that is actually causing you difficulties in the past or caused you imbalances in the past. And so you want to find a community that can see that uniqueness and not be intimidated by it. Otherwise, it's going to be toxic. So it's not the fact of just like walking away and deciding to be alone. It's being patient to find and to actively take steps to find a group that has this balance, that recognizes your uniqueness and is healthy to work in a community with you. But to decide to fully be alone and to not take an active step to look for that community will be very isolating to you, and you may miss out on amazing things and amazing experiences that only come with people. So as you're taking these initial steps, you want to take them while being excited. Here, the Knight of Cups in reverse is not armored and so can be easily hit. So I feel like your spirit guides want you to have this balance between being excited about approaching, but also keeping strong boundaries from the beginning. And this way, you can enjoy this beautiful interaction, not having to deal with consequences later after you got hit by someone who's not balanced in a group, but rather entering with a strong energy and keeping that strong energy while expressing with love. I see the heart here. While expressing with love who you are and your love for the group. Now, there's a lot of red in your reading. There's no question about that. And I feel like your spirit guides are telling you what you are not seeing, however, is that you need that grounding, that red. You need that grounding when connecting with people. It will really help heal your root chakra and ground you to an extent that you may not be seeing at the moment at all. And the poppy flowers, they remind me of being relaxed. Because if I believe morphine is extracted, opium is extracted from poppy flowers. So I'm getting this idea of going out, having fun, having an open heart to exploring and connecting with others, but while keeping strong boundaries, being relaxed, not being afraid to stand out, and keeping your individuality, but at the same time, getting into the rhythm of a group. Be comfortable standing out and being the flower of the group, like being the person who stands out. Be comfortable with that. And with the hangman right here, it's like it might be a little bit uncomfortable in the beginning, but then you're gonna get used to it. So be comfortable taking a position that is yours, that the universe has given you for a reason. It's not for you to be uncomfortable being who you are. And being who one is, lies in the positive and the negative. So if there's something wrong, we're always invited to, not wrong is such a wrong word, gosh. If there's something we don't like, we're advised to accept it and love it and be comfortable in our own skin. And at the same time, if we have something like amazing, or what is it called, something that is of a great blessing, that it make others uncomfortable, again, you are also advised to love yourself, be yourself for who you are. Don't bring yourself down. Don't try to, just love yourself for who you are. As long as you're constantly improving, and as long as you're not like being egotistical about it, I guess. Yeah, it's like being who you are, comfortably balanced, and if anyone's uncomfortable, this is really not none of your business. It's their shadow to deal with. And so, yeah, sit comfortably in who you are. You are obviously someone who stands out. You have all eyes on you. People can straight away smell or sense that you are special. It is what it is. It is who you are. So stand out in that position, my dear pal number 2. It is a beautiful position to be in. I can understand if it's a little bit uncomfortable for you. You will get used to being you comfortably, even if others don't like it. It's for them to deal with. And that's part of the boundaries that you're keeping here, to be who you truly, everyone invites people to be who their true authentic selves, until they become their true authentic selves. And sometimes they're not comfortable. That's not for you to deal with, my dear pal number 2. Be comfortable, and you'll get used to that feeling a little bit. And yeah, other than your individuality, also you're invited to shift your mindset about, working within a group and getting into the rhythm. Sometimes you lose a little bit of your individuality, not like everything, just a little bit, to create harmony, but never lose yourself and never lose something important to you. It's like, I don't usually like to wear the color red, but I can wear it for that party if everyone's wearing it just this one time per year, or things like that. We can sometimes let go of little things to create harmony within a group. But your cards are clearly showing you to keep standing out, but also work together and create harmony. And my dear pal number 2, this is exactly what I'm seeing your spirit guides wanting to show you with regards to what is in front of you that you're not seeing. And what is in front of you that you're not seeing is you standing out, and at the same time, what is standing out that you're not seeing is your aloneness that you are enjoying. For sure, you're doing it in a healthy way. But what you're not seeing is that you're supposed to shine. Let that happen and mingle with others, of course, healthy groups, and be okay with shining, and also getting into harmony with them, just like the Slavic dance, the kolo. And my dear pal number 2, this is exactly what I see for you. I truly hope you've enjoyed your reading, and if you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. I do post readings nearly every single day. And please don't forget to check out my productivity handbook. It's small, straight to the point. You're not going to procrastinate or waste time reading it, but you will find that it has all the key advice and secrets to helping you become a productive person right away. I believe it is a profound book full of information that will change your mind forever about how you see productivity, presented simply And it teaches you also how to enjoy that process and not go through it at all while suffering and having to endure it, because productivity is truly a journey that you can enjoy and achieve your dreams at the same time. So if you're interested in checking it out, you'll find a link to it down in the description box. There's also an audiobook if you love listening to your books. And my dear pile number 2, such a special reading, wishing you the best of luck, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye! Hi pile number 3, welcome to your reading. You were drawn to the beautiful Carnelian as well as the card Drain. Can't wait to get into your reading and find out how they fit into your spirit guide's message in regards to, I see 2 cards, in regards to what is right in front of you that you are not seeing. Okay, so let's now pull out, I see a space. Your tea leaves, I see 1 and I see a green one here. And so you got 4 tea leaves. And once we have all of your cards on the table, including of course your tarot cards, we'll pick 1 rune and we'll cast it and see on which card it falls and what kind of specific message it gives us. Okay, so you have crown. Wow. You have empowerment, status, and authority. Oh, interesting. Okay. Oh my god, this reading is already shifting us to a new perspective. Okay. You have, let's take this one. Mermaid's love. Okay. And that bird standing on top of the hat is really standing out to me as well. You have the art of seduction. Whoa. I'm definitely getting something significant here. I'm definitely getting something significant. We'll talk about it in a second. And you have beetle, good fortune. Yep. How about we move this a little bit so that we have space for your tea leaves. So you have victory in some endeavor. This is like really cool. You have happiness. Wow. Okay. And bird perched, waiting for news, package letter. Okay. To a lot of you, this is something that's developing that you're not seeing, and something that you're becoming successful at, or you're going to become successful at. No, I don't want to, I want to wait. But yeah, this is going to be a very interesting reading about something that of great fortune in your life. It's going to make you very victorious and happy. But you want to be really careful about something. I'll get to it in a moment. Okay. Now I see what that bird is all about. Okay, so what is right in front of you that you are not seeing? What is right in front of you that you are not seeing? Okay, so this is a deck that has both the upright and reversals drawn into each half of the card. So you have the Queen of Swords upright, the Six of Swords upright. You have the Seven of Swords in reverse. You have the Ace of Swords in reverse. So how about the reversals? I'll push them up a bit so that you know these are in reverse. And you have the Three of Wands upright. You have the Two of Cups upright. The Death card upright. Seven of Pentacles upright. And finally, you have the Hanged Man upright. And it's interesting because I was thinking, ooh, We won't have space for reversals here. And yeah, so they're all upright here. The only two cards that are in reverse are the Seven of Swords and the Ace of Swords, which tells me that something amazing has either started in your life or just about to begin. Not sure. For a lot of you, you've already gotten a grip on it. You've started it. Some of you, it's about to begin. But you really want to be careful. Oh, my dear pile number 3. I was going to forget the room. Because what is about to begin is something that's going to give you a lot of power, fortune, happiness, and blessings. It's going to make you experience so many things. You know, I feel like the Two of Cups here brings out the energy of euphoria, just like when in a new relationship, all these emotions and hormones and just make us feel so elated, like we feel on top of the world. So it could actually be a new relationship for some of you, but I truly feel whatever type of energy this is, it's gonna make you feel so happy, so on top of the world, so victorious with great luck. And what you may not be seeing is how these strong feelings might change the essence of who you are. And why did I say that? Because of your main card that you were drawn to. This is a vampire, and I'll talk to you in Slavic about how in Slavic mythology they see vampires. I'll tell you everything about it now and how I've reached. Oh, it looks like 2. How I've reached this conclusion. For you, I believe you've got 2 rooms. How about we go like this? Interesting. So you have the Wunyo rune in the 6 of Swords. And you have the Peroth rune in this news. Right. So Wunyo is interesting that it came in this reading because the Wunyo rune is having all that you need. Right? So you're slowly with the 6 of Swords moving into a new energy of feeling like you're really on top of the world. You've got everything that you need. You really don't need anything. You feel like with the crown here, like you've got it all. And you're in such a powerful position here that it could be very tempting to slide into your shadow without realizing. And that's a very important thing that I see your spirit guides wanting to show you today. Whether you've already begun that energy or, you know, the precipice of it. Something in you is at risk, very much seduced of being changed. Let me take you on a tour to a tour on your cards. Yeah. The Drain card here talks about the Slavic vampires and how they've seen them. So Slavic vampires are these impious people who died unnaturally, like maybe during a plague or they didn't receive a proper burial. Whatever this unnatural death is, will cause impious people to feel like they are undead and to use their bodies to like reanimate their corpse, or they would turn into darker copies of their once bodies, okay? After drinking a sip of blood. So the vampires were, the reason it's called drain here is because in Slavic mythology, they believe they were really draining to the local people and the animals and the living families. And the worst thing as well is that they could even reproduce and grow. And so they had to do certain rites, perform actually certain rites in order to protect themselves. So they could like burn these bodies that died in certain ways, or decapitate these bodies, or bury them deep within the earth, pin them, and all these sort of rituals. In fact, by the way, in 2012, I believe, I've read that Polish archaeologists found these vampire graves, and they believe these were vampire graves because they found that these skeletons had like rocks under their chins or sickles over their throat, and these things were done to prevent bodies from arising or resurrecting as vampires. So long story short, I feel like with all this amazing fortune that is about, I don't know why we got into, like, we really got in there with the vampires. Forget about that part. All I want to say is that with all of the amazing power and blessings coming into your life, this great fortune happening to you, you're going to feel so good that your spirit guides are telling you what you may not be seeing is if you're not careful and if you don't like do certain rites, not rites, like if you don't create certain habits, you might lose yourself within these temptations. Like, you know what, I remember watching last week actually a really interesting video, a couple of days ago, about, like, I saw a video on YouTube of a Japanese that says habits, like 10 habits the Japanese do that others may want to adopt or something, like really interesting one. So I found it interesting. I like looking at different cultures very much. And one of the things he said is that they have a habit of cleaning their toilets first thing in the morning every day, their toilet. And it's like because they have, in the past, they used to have the toilet god, which would bring great fortune. And so even like the head of Panasonic, as this guy was saying, this YouTuber was saying, would wake up every morning still and would clean meticulously his toilet. And it would, one of the benefits that it would bring, that it would humble him as well, remind him that we're all the same and things like that. So again, I don't know why I got into that, but yeah, we were talking about rituals and things that you want to intentionally do, like reminders or things, habits that you want to do to prevent yourself from slipping into your shadow, for sure, slipping into your shadow, which could hurt you later, you know? And you want to be, just like really bad times can push us to our shadow, really good times could do the same as well. It could hit something within our shadow and it can come out. So it seems like this is what's going on here. And I believe the ritual has something to do with the mind. Because look, the Peroth rune fell into the bird, and that's the first thing we noticed, didn't we? On the hat. So your spirit guides are telling you to be mindful about it. That's the habit here. Especially that Peroth with the bird perched. As you hear this good news, Peroth is a rune of good fortune. It brings the gift of good fortune, and it's all over your reading. It is crazy. By the way, if you don't know, great fortune is definitely happening for you. And we're way past that. We're already explaining how you're going to handle it. So what you may not be seeing that's right in front of you is, first of all, great news is coming along about something powerful happening in your life. And as that begins, you want to be careful not to allow it to, like, I want to say, mess with your mind, mess with your shadow would be the right expression. And to do that, you have to be mindful, like humbling yourself, feeling the gratitude, remembering to be kind to others as you are kind to yourself. And whatever it is that you feel instantly that your shadow is pulling you towards, you're like, that's happening, so let's balance. And it's a great way to heal a shadow, you know? Don't let it take you all the way into the darkness. And maybe even sometimes our shadows would be the very reason we lose something that's important to us. So a good way to deal with the shadow is to be mindful and alert to how we're reacting to certain things, and to instantly talk ourselves into the balanced way of doing it. So that's really what I see your spirit guides here telling you. Like, don't do certain rituals every day or every time you notice you're being pulled into a shadow, slowly pulled into a shadow. A shadow energy, yeah, being pulled into a shadow way of dealing with things, in order to heal it as you enjoy your great fortune that is coming up. Be very mindful about that, because it could be tricky in so many ways, not only to your great fortune, but towards yourself. And yeah, your shadow may take you down a path that will be very hurting to you first before anyone else. So yeah, great transformations are happening to your life. Enjoy your blessings, which is what your spirit guides are telling you. But first, with the Hanged Man upright, it's being uncomfortable in the beginning of having, because why I'm saying it's uncomfortable dealing, being mindful. Because when a great fortune happens, you just want to immerse in it, you want to live in it. You don't want, you've been waiting for that for a long time. And it's just amazing, just diving deep into it and enjoying it. But that will lead to consequences. You want to enjoy it to its fullest while being mindful. And in the beginning with the Hanged Man, it could be a little bit like uncomfortable of, continuing to remind yourself or pause to think about how to regroup or I think it's called regroup or rebalance. Find your balance and to train yourself to start it right so that it becomes a natural way for you moving forward to think. But it's so worth it. Like, for example, let's say the shadow would be spending. Like, oh my God, I got all this amazing money. I'm gonna go out and spend it. And as much as you want to do that, your advice in that case is to plan first, to make sure you allocate the right money, to put saving first, all the what could be felt during that heightened time that's boring, but you want to do that. And by time, you'll be able to both enjoy your spending and the things that you want to get, but at the same time, you're doing it wisely and you're making sure that you're giving to others and you're saving and you're making yourself balanced. Absolutely. So whatever this is, or maybe loving the power that comes with it, or being seduced not to work anymore, or do the things that you usually did, whatever that shadow is. Oh, also like loving power. Yeah, loving the power, forgetting that you want to be also not being egotistical when dealing with people, or not feeling like you're above others. All these are different things. It's a general reading. It's of course going to differ from one person to the other. But always remember that you want to start or embark on this new journey with the Three of Wands on the right foot. And to do that, you have to take it a bit slow. Although your heart is at the moment, once you get that news, is going to be so elated. But you want to do it right. And you want to hold your horses a little bit, enjoy it, but with balance. Because if anyone's going to be hurt, it will be you yourself. And that's the shadow, right? So you before anyone. And with the Queen of Swords, you want to think of it from a place of light and not go about it from a place of shadow. And that is really your advice here. And to do that, you need to take things a bit slow in the beginning. Slow and easy. And if you create that momentum, embarking on this journey in the correct manner, like I said, little by little, these new habits and rituals will become you. You would have healed your shadow and you would enjoy all the blessings that are coming with it in the right way. And not only that, you'll be very proud of yourself, my dear pile number 3. So there's a lot of things that you're not seeing. Not only your advice, but that there is amazing news, good fortune, like right on your doorstep that you're not seeing. Is about to happen for you, my dear pile number 3. If you don't know what that is, I feel like it's going to be unfair not to pull out cards and find out for you what this could be. 1, 2, 3. I feel like we need a 4. Let's take this one. Oh my God, these are 5. Okay. So, what is this blessing? Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Maybe you're at a low and coming up to a high or something. Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Moon in reverse. Ten of Pentacles upright. Wow, and Ace of Pentacles upright. So I feel like at the moment, maybe there are, or in the past, there are things that weren't going right. Like you were trying to work hard with the Eight of Pentacles to achieve something and it wasn't happening. And perhaps you got a bit frustrated that nothing was going on. Nothing was changing, maybe. Maybe you felt unlucky that the things you worked on were spoiled. Maybe you felt like you weren't manifesting anything in the past. So there's definitely some difficult energy in the very past. Oh, and we hit the Perroth rune. And so here with good fortune, something amazing is about to begin in your life that will reverse all of this energy here. And so look at that. Going from very difficult times to very fortunate times is like going from a super hot tub to a super cold tub instantaneously. And that is not really natural. Good fortune only happens to few people. And so it's like a sudden change. And with sudden changes in your fortune comes with it certain responsibilities towards yourself and others in order to be able to take these huge blessings that are happening all of a sudden, not naturally, bit by bit. You want to be mindful. So what is the blessing? It's something that's going to hit you as a surprise. Just like that, changing your fate, your life, your work maybe, and how you live forever. Forever. This is like major shift in your reality. And so you want to be careful with this major shift, because just as it brings the best into your life, it might bring out something that's the worst in you. That's absolutely normal. Everybody has a shadow. And sometimes we experience healing that shadow from within a difficult situation. And other times, just like you, pile number 3, you get to heal it in a good situation. But there's huge risk. You don't want to lose that amazing fortune. And you want to enjoy it. And the best way to do that and not be hurt by it and not lose it or whatever is going to happen is to be mindful as you tune into the right rhythm. Maybe life hits you suddenly. Sometimes it hits you with a bad circumstance, and sometimes it hits you with a good one. It is our job to keep our balance and keep the rhythm, the correct rhythm, whether during the bad or during the good. And what a blessing it is to go through it with the good. So my dear pile number 3, this is exactly what I see. What an amazing reading of your spirit guides, letting you know what is in front of you that you're not seeing. So many things coming up. Make sure you you function from the light and not from the shadow, with all of this excitement and elated energy that is about to happen. My dear pile number 3, this is exactly what I see for you in today's reading. I truly hope you've enjoyed it. And if you have, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And please don't forget to check out my productivity handbook. It can truly help you out during this amazing time. It's small, straight to the point. You're not gonna procrastinate or waste time reading it, but you will find that it has all the key advice and secrets to helping you become a productive person right away as soon as you finish reading this ebook. And it helps you not only be productive and self-disciplined, but truly all while enjoying the process. And if you're interested in checking it out, you'll find a link to it down in the description box. There's also an audiobook if you love listening to your books. And my dear pile number 3, it was such a pleasure doing this amazing reading for you. And I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye.